So, I wasn't planning on starting the video yet, but we kind of found something interesting out here in the frozen wastelands. We're gonna have to come back for this. I don't know if we're ever gonna use any of these types of blocks, but I know how to make a really easy farm in order to get all the blocks that we need there. But the main thing is, this is like the only place to get sponges. There's a possibility that wandering traders will give you sponges now, but I have no idea. But I was just coming over here because I wanted to annihilate one of these icebergs so we can make like a little ice bridge over to our end nether portal. Polar bears! I'm stealing your iceberg, polar bears. Oh. I have mining fatigue. I'm gonna go find a cow. Are those cows? I'm on top of a tree. That's a witch. The milk. Ah! Poisoned. No, not poisoned. Haha. Ah! Fly away. Okay, we're fine. This is very, very nice. I like this. Alright, we got a bunch of ice now. Let's go home. Yahoo! Is that another boat? Okay, I think I passed everything else. But I'm pretty sure just over here is the industrial area. Yeah, here we go. Which kind of works out, because one, there's a bed over here. Two, there's a couple things I would like to... Here's a guy. He's got a bow. He's gonna hit me. Nah, he's good. There's a bed. And there's a couple of things that I would like to show you guys. Couple as in two. There's that thing and this thing. So, this one's really simple. You just hit the lever and go sit down here. It's TNT duplication. And what's it doing? Apparently nothing. Owie! It's making cobblestone. Don't stand too close, it'll hurt you. So what's going on the inside there, I might need to turn this down actually. Let's just turn the whole thing down a little bit. So what it's doing in there is, you see the lava on the side and the water in the stairs? The lava will flow to the side, coming in contact with the water, but not really the water, so the water's not going away. But the lava is still technically touching the water, so it turns to cobblestone. Or stone, I can't remember which. I'm pretty sure it's cobblestone. And then that whole contraption up top, if we turn it off now and we can actually take a look at it, it's surprisingly complicated. Ow. Okay, it stopped. It's kind of surprisingly complicated, but then it not really complicated. Yeah, so we've got the lava and the water. The lava flows over, touches the water, turns to cobblestone. This is all just a TNT duplication device here. All of these repeaters are just timing, so it'll get enough time to make more cobblestone before it blows it up again. It's all powered by this observer over here. So it'll send over, pumping the piston, and then go over and around and back, hit here, which will power the piston, and then eventually it will depower the piston, which will then power the repeater and go in a loop again. This just keeps this continually powered so that that's not doing anything. This is just a TNT duplication device. I don't know how to explain it. This is a design by El Mango. I will try and put it up in the information card right up here. I know that doesn't actually help you guys, but I think it's fun. It's got the little bit of water down here, so when it on that final pump, it will eject a TNT, but the power that comes over down to this dust here will not open the trapdoor, so there's water down there so it can explode and not hurt anything. Except for your feelings. But it works very quickly. I was not running it for very long. Like, even here. This was empty just a second ago. But I was not running this very long, and that's what it's got. I think I was just running it while I was building that, which we can go look at now if you would like. Now this over here, this is just a tree farm. It's really simple. We've got our basin where everything will fall down there, and then there's a water column that sends everything up underneath your feet. This is your AFK platform. It is technically AFKable, but you have to have a lot of bone meal in order to do it. And probably a pretty decent computer, because it is based off of TNT duplication. So is that thing. That one is also extremely easily AFKable. But again, it is running a TNT duplication machine, so you might want to make sure your computer isn't going to explode. But the water comes up, it flows over here onto your hoppers. But if you're standing on top of this, you can replenish your saplings as you're going as well. This thing is just a bone meal dispenser. You've got an observer looking at your dropper with a piece of redstone on top. So when it sees the dropper drop something, it will trigger the dropper again, and it just keeps looping. So you just gotta permanently power your dropper either by the switch or a pressure plate. When it drops something onto the pressure plate, it will send power to the dropper, and the dropper won't drop anymore. Definitely kind of going over this because I don't have a video that I pulled this from. This is just a design. I'm sure I pulled it from a video at one point, but I don't have a specific video. Okay, this is Editing James in here now. I was able to find what I'm assuming is the video that I originally watched to build this, and he actually had the original creator of this redstone design credited in his video. So I'm gonna throw up into the card the original design video for this. I'm glad I was able to find it. Enjoy. This is what's happening here. We got 1 tick on that repeater, 2 ticks on this repeater, and everything down the middle, 3 ticks. And that will trigger a trapdoor that's underneath that. So we're using the same vertical redstone as we're using on our sugarcane farm. There are observers up there noticing that, oh, it's hanging off of this block. Oh, actually it's being supported by the block that's actually a trapdoor. But this is your simple timer down here. That is just powered on to keep this all powered on so it's not flipping. This lever is for you turn off the lever for any jungle, huge fungus, and brown mushrooms. Huge fungus would be like your warped and crimson stuff from the nether. That just gives it a little bit of a longer pulse so that it explodes about here rather than down here. And I think it kind of alternates between down here and up there, but that will get rid of anything tall. Now if we want to go up here, this is a tower of 38, and then that's 39 right there. There's your trapdoor. Let's go up now, finally. Go out 5 up here at the top. Put 2 slabs here just to protect it from any sort of misfires and spawning, I guess. This whole device is just an optional device, really. It's for jungle wood and mushrooms. It will push the TNT, I think like every other TNT. It will push out away. So for some of these bigger things, like the jungle trees have a large canopy. The brown mushrooms have a large canopy. It will destroy that larger thing. What just happened? Now, this is really simple. Observer into this, which will mess with the trapdoor, which the observer will see. 3 blocks that way, and a piston. That's all that does. We go up another 7, and this is your TNT device. We've got an observer into a block, into a piston. If I can go over here. The piston has an observer facing away from this block on the backside right here. And then there's a TNT there. And then on the other side, a piston facing towards the TNT. This here is a slab that is waterlogged, so that when you turn it off, you will duplicate a TNT and it will sit in here. So you want it to have water in it so it won't just destroy your entire thing. You've got redstone along the top, all the way down, so that when your when your observer goes over there, it will power all the way up to power that piston on the other side to push everything back the other direction. Now let's go see how it works. Alright, now this is simple. You just grab a stack of your saplings. Make sure that all of your inventory slots are filled, except for your saplings, and this one, which is going to be a stack of, let's grab it out of here. It will be a bunch of bone meal. I need to make sure I've got it set to the correct things. So that one's on, so that one's good. It is on, so that is good. So we can turn this off, and that will start this guy up. So now if we go up here, we're going to want our saplings in our offhand, and then our gunpowder, or not gunpowder, bone meal, and then we can turn that dispenser on, and we just sit here and right click. Look at that, it makes a tree. It makes another tree. It makes another tree, and it destroys the tree. And you can just sit here for however long you need to. I think we scoot back a little bit so we can get. Yep, now it's replenishing our saplings. And this is what I've been doing for the wall around the village, as well as that cobblestone generator up there, because it's all made out of cobblestone and spruce wood. So I believe those are some of the only things that I've done in between videos this time, except for, of course, working on the wall, which, like I said, is just going to be a background project. But we can go take a look at it now because I want to go work in the village again. I kind of liked building last time, so I'm going to do a little bit of building this time as well. Let's go to the village and we can take a look at what I did to the wall. Man, that was a fast trip. So I did a little bit of work here. I kind of leveled it out. I put some grass, some dirt down, and plotted out a couple paths. This is the, why is it always raining? This is the area that I want to be working on today. I want to build a little bit of a farm right here. It's like we can have maybe some wheat over here, and some potatoes, and some carrots here. And then I want to build a house for the farmers right up here at the top of this little slope right next to the main hall. But as you can see, I've extended the outline of our wall all the way up over here, and I've continued that way for a little bit. Whoa. Now, this nether portal is going to have to move. It can't just stay here in the middle of the dirt. I think I would like to, for now at least, move it just out here, just so it's out of our building area. But later, we need to figure out where it needs to be permanently. Where is a good place for a portal? It's like, where would you fast travel to? It's just a fast travel point, so where would be a good spot to fast travel to? I feel like up here by the main hall would be a good place. But where around here? Is it going to be over here on this side? Is it going to be outside this side gate over here? Are we going to have room for it back here somewhere? We'll have to figure that out. That will just come with time. Maybe once we've got this whole upper hill developed into its new form, we'll figure it out. Alright, I'm going to get this moved, and then we can start looking at what's going on with this house on the hill here. I've got a general idea on kind of how I want to try and set it up. We'll see if it's any good. I'm just going to build it right now with two things, with some dirt and some cobblestone, and we can decide what kind of woods and stuff we want to use once it's all together, so we can put together a palette afterwards. We can try it this way, see how that works. If it doesn't work very well, we can go back to just build the whole thing, whatever. Gonna be completely honest with you, I think this actually looks kind of good as it is. I might be crazy. No. I am absolutely crazy, but in this situation, I'm only kind of crazy. I actually think it's kind of good like this. Okay, you win. We'll swap them out to different colors of wood. I think our cobble's just gonna be some sort of log, and then our dirt can be some sort of plank, and then our roofs can be plank slabs, kind of like they are now. They might just stay oak, I don't know. Oak is kind of the closest we got to like the like grass hut roofs that they have in Skyrim, like laid with hay or something. I don't really know what exactly they are, but it's kind of close. It's not extremely close, but it's kind of the closest we got, I think. I don't know. Let's throw some other color into this and we'll decide on the roof later. Alright, I've had a little bit of a brain blast. What do you think about, hear me out, pale oak and acacia? I think that they don't look horrible next to each other. I think we can go ahead and replace it, and we'll decide what we think when it is 100%. Now, I know we've already established that I'm crazy, but I kinda like it. It's actually not horrible. Now, does it blend in with the rest of the town? Not really. But it is the farmer's hut. The farmers can be a little bit goofy and weird, don't you think? I think we roll with this color scheme for now, at least. And if we have any issues with it later down the line, we can change it. But I really like it, so we're gonna roll with it for now. Now, we need to do maybe cobblestone for flooring. We can do stairs up for a second Do we have enough room for a third level? We might have enough room for a third level. Or even just an attic, I don't know. We'll try it. Let's grab some cobblestone, figure it out. I think cobble was a good choice. And I used slabs, so I was able to get 3 levels out of it. But we've got it lit up, we've got our cobblestone in, we've got it mossed up a little bit. I like it. And then out here, we've already got our little plants planted. And I found some, when I went and got the pale oak stuff at one point, I found some pale moss. So now I've got some pale moss carpet. No, my boy. Replant him. There we go. Now we can... No. I forgot I can do that. There we go. Now we've got this pale moss carpet, which kind of blends in a little bit better with the or the stone and the gravel. At least better than the green regular moss carpet would look. That should work. It's got the same perimeter. Still don't know about these colors. You gotta sit with these colors for a little bit. We might end up changing the color palette. But until then, we can work on putting together a couple of farms out here and lighting it up. Maybe light it up first and then put farms in, so it's a little bit easier to see to make sure it's lit up. That might work a little bit better. I think we're gonna sit with this for now. It may make it to the end of the episode, it may not, I don't know. We got a guy coming towards us. Okay. Anyway, farm time. Now that's what I would call lit up. It's looking nice down here. I've got a couple of dark spots, but this is still, I think the lowest I'm seeing is a light level 5 here. I think the lowest over here is a 7. So there might be a couple spots where crops aren't going to grow at night, but there's not anywhere where mobs are going to spawn. I'm sure eventually we'll find a spot where we had a little bit of a lapse in our lighting, and maybe it just happens to be a slime chunk, so we start getting slimes. Though that would be more likely down there, because I don't think slimes can spawn above sea level in a slime chunk. But now that I've got it all lit up in here, what I want to do is try and come underneath. I'm not going to be getting these blocks back. Underneath here, and no, there we go. That's what I want to do, is I want to waterlog slabs underneath these so that these will be decent crops in here. So I'm just going to do that a couple more times. I got that one waterlogged already. It would appear that I do not have nearly enough water in here. This area looks pretty good, and this area looks pretty good. But once you look over here, man, it needs some work. We'll probably end up moving this guy over a little bit so it'll fill up this gap. And we'll pop a new one right here. We can always throw some up underneath the dirt over here and over here. So we can probably move this over one so it'll catch this. Throw some water up under the dirt over here. That and that is because of this guy, so he can come over one. This can be caught by something up underneath here. I'm not going to cry about that one. That one's fine. This can be caught by something up underneath here. Does this one need to move? That one might move over one to catch this. We might throw another 2, 3, 4 around here or so. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, probably about here. Add some up inside the wall over here. Add one there, which will come all the way back to here, which then the rest can be caught from inside the wall. I think we got a plan. Now we just need to execute. I need more water. I finally managed to get all of the farmland to be watered. We're gonna want a lot more carrots, and it's looking like we're probably gonna want more wheat as well. And there. We need to finish this out with wheat. I want to finish this out with carrots. Maybe we could always move the carrots over to there and make this potatoes. Once we get a lot of farmers, it really won't matter what crops we have. We'll have someone who will buy anything. I also decided to make this little pathway up here. I think it looks alright. I can't think of anything at the moment to change it. If you guys have any ideas, don't be afraid to tune in the comments, but I think it looks alright. Still not fully certain on the color palette here, though. But that's another issue. I'm going to continue on this. I'll probably check in again right when we've got everything filled in for a final look. Man, the process of spreading carrots from like 8 to a whole patch is exhausting and time consuming. There's another one there. Oh, there's like 3 more. I've just been slowly grabbing them as they mature and placing another row. Just like that. While I'm waiting for things to grow, I was over here playing around with the terrain a little bit. I knew that at the entrances I wanted to have some sort of barrier to try and keep zombies out. I'm pretty sure it works with zombies. It can only work so well with skeletons. We just gotta make sure that we don't have villagers within sight of here where they can get shot. And then I made a little... I'm going to continue this river at some point. But it goes underneath the bridge. And then down. Because I wanted to keep a way to get up the hill without going over there and then walking back over. Now, doesn't that just look beautiful? Everything's all grown. Except for, of course, a couple of carrots over there. But other than that, everything's all grown. I waited so long for these carrots to grow and replant and grow and replant, and then everything had to mature. Well, it didn't have to mature, but I wanted it to mature before I made our final clip here. And in that time, I built our wonky little corner, full diagonal, whatever arch thing we got over there. It actually turned out a lot better than I was expecting it to, seeing as it was on a full diagonal, and that's not the worst position to be building something, but it is much harder to do than just a straight edge. But if we take a little swoop up, you can't notice any sort of problems at all with it from the sky. You gotta get really, really, really up close in order to see. Some of this is... Actually, it's mostly just this top edge here that is not fully symmetrical. It is still patterned, but it's not symmetrical, and I'm not fully enthused about it, but it works. It works well enough to look at it from the sky and say, hey, that looks dope. I also built up the outer wall just tall enough to where nothing can just walk. Apparently I can't walk. But nothing can just walk right into here, even right here. You gotta... A mob isn't able to make this jump here. Apparently I'm not either. There we go. that's as much work on the wall as I'm going to get done in this video. Partially because I'm tired of the wall, but mostly because I think we're done with this video. Except, I've come up with some more ideas for this house that'll make it look a little bit less stupid. We forgot windows. You shut up, Larry. We forgot windows. I think the better way to do windows on this is gonna just be stairs. Kind of like right here, we can do stair here, stair there. Ignore the empty space back there. It's fine. You don't know it's there, it won't hurt you. Well, except now you know it's there. But kind of that. That's kind of going to be what we're going to do for windows. We're not going to be able to put glass in them, but we don't necessarily have to, because everything out here, when all is said and done, everything's going to be spawn-proof, so there's not going to be any reason to have glass windows and fully box up our villagers. Nothing's going to be able to get them. I'm hoping to have the outside of the wall in a position to where it can ward off spiders as well. Well, that's a bad example. Here we go. It's like right here. We got our slabs continuing out past the wall, so they can't just climb up the side of the wall here. They can still get up the side of that wood. We'll perfect it in time. My goodness. I also thought I might swap these out to dark oak. I might do that while I'm doing windows on the house. Speaking of windows, let's take care of those right now. I thought I was onto something, but now it just looks kind of incomplete because there's so many holes in it. Yeah, it might just be some of the angles, I don't know. Like from here, it looks pretty good. Way back there, it just kind of looks incomplete and falling apart. I think this is the point where we just say, it's done for the video. If we need to change the color palette, we'll do it later. If you guys think that we should change the color palette, please tell me. Otherwise, it's probably going to stay like this for the entire time. Because I'm lazy, and as we've already established, crazy. How does it look from up top? It surprisingly doesn't look horribly out of place. It doesn't look horribly out of place, which is strange, because I have not used either of those specific woods on anything else in here. I did use a little acacia over there, but it was the regular logs, so it looks kind of like the stone. Maybe we need to replace the acacia with some sort of stone or cobblestone or something. But that's dipping a little far into the changing color palettes for me, so we're just going to leave it there for now. So with that, we're just going to sit here in front of our abomination and say goodbye. One thing that I did do today, I went to the Optifine website and I found their Twitter. And over on their Twitter, they've got more active updates than they do on their Discord. It sounds like since we have already seen 1.21.6 release candidates, they've decided to just completely skip over 120.5 since they haven't completed it yet, so they're going to dedicate more time immediately towards getting 0.6 done, so hopefully that 0.6 gets done soon. Well, yeah, it's still going to take a while. I think they posted 2 days ago, and they said that they were like 20%, but they were only at 45% on 0.5, so we're not losing a whole lot of time. But we're going to have to sit without Optifine for a little bit longer. Again, this is a one-person development team. Don't rag on them too hard. Just be glad that he's giving us anything at all. He? She? I don't even know. Just be glad that they're giving us anything at all, because they're doing this for free. Well, I guess they do take donations, but those are donations. They don't make you pay to have Optifine. That's optional. So don't rag on them at all. Not just too hard, at all, please. But man, I do miss the FPS that I had with Optifine. I think that's the only thing that's kinda big that I didn't hit at the beginning of the video. So, we'll just say goodbye. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out today. Had a lot of fun. I don't think we're going to be doing building next time. 2 videos in a row is probably enough. I think we can go do something maybe a little more exciting or dangerous even next time. I don't know. I still haven't found any netherite templates yet. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.